Welcome to Drinking with Authors, the Literary Briefs edition. I am your host, Erica Lance. My co-host today, who now has her phone, is Bo Lake.
They don't have context for that.
They don't have to have context. I don't have to give context to anybody. You can give context in a minute if you want to. Do you want to give context now, or you want me to introduce our guest?
Introduce our guest.
Okay, fine. Our guest today is Amanda Fasciano. Woo! Okay, I can't woo as much as I'd like to because of my voice, but okay, before we talk about what we're drinking, go ahead and give context, Bo.
I had my phone plugged in, and then Erica was like, let's start. And I was like, I need my phone. And apparently that was a big deal. I need to talk.
That she needs her phone to ask questions.
I need to talk to HR.
Okay, I'll give you the email. You can file a formal complaint.
Talk to the caregivers.
Nobody's going to answer this at drinkingwithauthors.com.
I got to talk to myself. Be like, hey,
exactly. You have to file a complaint with yourself, please. Amanda, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You might be regretting that now. Okay, let's talk about what we're drinking. I am not feeling great, so I took orange juice and I put vodka in it like a boss. I very well might have to go to the doctor's office tomorrow because this is going on for a few days to see if there's something actually wrong with me, but it's not COVID and I'm not on antibiotics yet, so I can drink. It's fine. I'm an adult. Okay, Bo, what are you drinking?
I am only drinking an Arizona green tea because I'm working on the Arizona green tea sponsorship for our podcast. Sponsor us.
I love it. I love it. Amanda, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Mountain Dew because I work with children and I need to be sober in the morning.
Mountain Dew, sponsor us.
Yeah, right?
Did you know Mountain Dew has made, I have some upstairs, they've made like cider drinks.
Huh.
Yeah. I haven't tried any, but I've heard
I tried one of them and I can't remember which, the red one, and it is not good.
Uh-oh.
So
now they're not going to sponsor us.
Yeah, I'll have to try another one on the show, but that first flavor, I was like, oh, but it's like Mountain Dew with alcohol in it.
Ew.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I'll have to wait and see how other people.
I'm not sure how I feel about that at all, but anyway. Okay, so let's jump in here. Amanda, what is your favorite book of all time?
Tigana by Guy Gabriel Kay.
Ooh, that was very quick. Why did you choose that?
It is, I love his work, and that is probably my favorite of his that is not a series. It is a great multifaceted story. He does kind of fantasy alternate history. So it would be set in England. And it is a fantastic story of somebody being in the wrong place at the wrong time and getting caught up in this whole big adventure.
Very cool. Very cool. What is your least favorite book of all time?
Necroscope.
Ooh, why is that?
Because I've actually bought the first 3 books, and I got about 100 and some odd pages into the book, and the protagonist and the antagonist they didn't even know about each other. They weren't on each other's radars. There was no connection yet. And it was very dry to me at the time. So I put it down and I gave the copies that I had away.
Well, that makes sense. Do you tend to finish books or no? Because you didn't finish that one, but in general, do you finish them?
Yes.
Oh, see, I'm a firm believer in not wasting one's time.
Yeah, I generally finish books. I usually can find entertainment value in a lot of things. So I watch B horror films or C or D sometimes, but I find the fun in it. And so, if I'm finding the entertainment in it, I keep going. But if it's really dry or I can't gel with the voice or whatever, then I will put it down.
No, that makes sense. Hopefully you guys cannot hear my brand new puppy that is making so much noise. I hope you're not hearing that, but if you
A
are,
little, only a little bit.
yeah, no, it's in the bedroom above me, and apparently we got it. It's the half sister to our other dog that we got, like same dad, but she apparently has never been in a crate ever.
Oh,
Ever. And so we're doing that day 3 of hi, you need to sleep in a crate. Also, they let her graze food wise. So that's been fun too. She's a chunky little puppy when we have her. Okay, so what is your favorite book to movie or TV show? Where do you think they did a really good job?
that is a very good question. I am probably gonna get a lot of hate for this.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
But the television show introduced me to the book series, so I have a soft spot for it. The Dresden Files.
Yeah, you will get from Dresden Files fans. Yep, you will get.
Yeah, I'm a Dresden File fan because they did the best they could at the time, probably with the budget they had with Bob. Bob, the actor for him, was amazing. Paul Blackthorne is amazing.
Yeah.
The talent in that show was incredible. And I really enjoyed it. And that's what brought me to the series. And I've read all of them now. So.
Very cool. Very cool. What about where you think they did a terrible job? You're gonna piss off people again, I can tell.
I maybe you know, RIPD really just kind of hits a spot with me because it's super close to what I write. And it's just so comic booky, and they went the comedy route with it, and no.
Oh, was it not a comedy? I've never read it.
It's a comic book, and
Oh.
so they kind of kept towards that, but because it's the same thing I was writing at the time, like I self-published and then the movie came out, and I'm like, really? So I'm just no, I'm sorry, I can't with that one. And I love Ryan Reynolds, but I can't with that one.
I don't think you'd get hate for that one because I feel like a lot of people hated that movie.
Yeah,
What-
no, I thought the movie was funny, but I didn't know it was a comic book, so
I don't think I saw it. Is it worth watching, Erica? Should I watch it?
I thought it, but kind of like to what Amanda was saying, for C&D horror movies and stuff, I like some of that stuff. I find a lot of humor in some of, like, a lot of people hated the Wild Wild West movie with Will
that's
Smith and stuff.
so good. It's so
But
good.
It's so terrible, it's good. Like, it's kind of like not Evolution is another one that's like that with David Duchovny.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
I love that movie. I regularly make the caca joke. Like, I don't think caca and tookie are working. Like, me and my boyfriend will make that joke. He'll be doing something and it'll be like caca, and I'm like, it's not working. But there's another one like that. The one where they use Gatorade to water everything because, you know, it's got all the electrolytes. Idiocracy.
Yeah.
It's another one. I think they did a really good job. That's me, but you know.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay, what about if you could meet any author, dead or alive, and have lunch with them? Who would it be? They'd be alive when you were actually having lunch with them, but
They're not zombies. They're not zombies.
No longer with us.
You know, I would probably say Guy Gabriel Kay, as much as part of me really wants to say Poe. Because I was a serious Poe fangirl for a long time, and I still am. But Guy Gabriel Kay, I would love to sit down and talk to and just mine for, how he gets his ideas and how he crafts these wonderful stories and, things like that. I would just love to sit down and talk to him.
Very cool. What about, have you gotten to meet any authors that you've been a huge fan of?
Not yet.
Well, soon. What was it like signing your first autograph?
That was fun. That was surreal. And it was a lot of fun. That was one of those moments of, I'm really doing this. I'm a real boy now.
Very cool. Have you come up with little catchphrases that you write in your books now?
Yes, and I do it in my newsletter and things like that. Happy haunts is what I
like
usually
that.
sign off with.
I like it. Bo.
What is your favorite writing snack?
Ooh, writing snack. Can't be greasy because I won't get my computer greasy. Let's see. Probably goldfish, pizza goldfish.
Oh, yeah.
Or
That's a good one.
combos, something like that.
Those are my favorite snacks. I love combos. What is your least favorite genre?
My least favorite genre is probably sci-fi.
Why?
It is very technical and it can get very dry with the technicality and the science behind it. I have read some, and I am a huge Star Trek Next Gen fangirl. But but like the serious stuff where they get into schematics and technicalities and this is how this would work, and I start falling asleep.
All right, now I have to ask a Star Trek question because we went there. Have you watched Star Trek Picard yet?
Yes, and I can't wait for season 3.
Season 2 is so good.
Yes, it is.
I wasn't a big fan of season 1, but season 2 is great.
Oh, I love both of them, and I can't wait for 3 because it's bringing everybody back in.
Oh, it's good. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah,
I have not watched it yet.
Oh, you should. Just skip the first season. Just watch season 2. Season 1.
Is season 2 where Will Wheaton's in it?
Yes.
Well, I haven't gotten to that episode yet, but
Oh,
I guess
sorry.
I know Guinan is in it, but that's in the trailer.
Yeah. No, and I have a big story. I have met Will Wheaton.
Tell us your Will Wheaton story.
Okay, so when I was a kid, I was always very sick, and I was diagnosed with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis at the age of 3. I have relearned how to walk 3 times. One of those times I was about 15, and it was right when Next Gen was starting. I couldn't go to school, so I had homeschool teachers. And one of my assignments was to write letters to 3 celebrities that I wanted to write to. And one was Will Wheaton, and the other 2 are inconsequential. I got a signed photo back from him that said, thanks, having fans like you make it all worthwhile. And I got that out of the mailbox on my way to physical therapy one day. And I was so excited, and I brought it in and I was showing it off to everybody. And the physical therapist had me bring that back every time I came, and he'd, be like, this is what you're doing this for. You are going to walk up to him one day and meet him. And MegaCon, when they did the I think it was May 25th, 30th anniversary, where they had everybody at that MegaCon, including Patrick Stewart, I wrote a letter again because I knew I would not get through talking about it to him without falling into tears.
Oh.
And, just because of him, and my excitement and the way my physical therapist used it, but, I always thought of it as because of him, I walked. and he's very germophobic. You know, he doesn't like to really shake hands. He doesn't want to get the concrete, which I don't blame him.
Yeah.
He read the letter and he got up. He had tears in his eyes. He walked away, and I'm like, oh, sugar pops. Did I do something bad? And he goes, come here. And he opens his arms. And so I got to walk around the table and hug him. And so I got to walk up to Will Wheaton and meet him. And
Aw.
that was a really incredible moment. And it just, and he actually wrote about it in his blog, which was kind of cool. And but that's my Will Wheaton story, and I will love him forever.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That is very cool. I'm a huge Will Wheaton fan. I was even more of a fan when I read his first book, and then he redid his book and took out some of the stuff that didn't age well. I appreciate him for that. But he definitely was a real person, and I liked hearing about in his whole thing with his fans. He loves his fans.
Mhm.
I actually was supposed to meet him at that MegaCon, and I wasn't able to go. And
Aw.
my friends got me the picture of him with Felicia Day from the Guild with the, the one.
That's the one I picked out too.
Yeah, I have that signed by him because and it's framed, and I absolutely love it. But
Yep.
my friends had to explain to him that it was for my birthday and that I couldn't make it because I think I had surgery and I wasn't able to like walk and go there. And so they have a picture with him holding him, like it was adorable.
Like a
So,
proof of authenticity. He's like, I signed it. It was me.
Yep.
yeah, it was very sweet.
Yeah.
But he's a really nice guy.
He
And I
is.
love that he was able to make fun of himself so much too, which I think
Yeah.
we all need to have the humility to be able to make fun of ourselves.
Definitely.
So, okay. What is your favorite weird food combination?
My favorite weird combination.
Weird food combination.
Oh, weird food combination. This is something I picked up when my kids were kids. They would watch iCarly, and iCarly always talked about spaghetti tacos. So we would do sometimes spaghetti taco night.
I love that.
And it
tacos
actually
are
isn't
amazing.
bad.
Is it hard tacos or soft tacos?
You
Hard
can do both.
tacos.
You can do both. I've done both. You can put anything in a tortilla, just for the record, which is what a soft taco is. You can legit put almost anything in a tortilla, and it's better. It's better that way. Okay, what about if you could be any mythical creature or fantastical creature, what would you be?
Fairy.
I like it. Why?
Beautiful wings, small size, and they are either very good or very mischievous, but never evil. So
Yeah. I wrote Tink's version for one of the anthology's demonic classics. I wrote Tink's version of Peter Pan. Yeah, there's a lot of blood. It doesn't end well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, she can have one emotion at a time. Revenge is an emotion. Like
It's
Yeah.
true. And she always seemed very volatile. Like that was
Oh,
like
yeah, she was.
her thing. Yeah.
well, if you read the original story, she is very volatile. She is very dangerous. That
Yeah,
not
well,
the
she's the one who
Disney
put Wendy
Tinkerbell
and Peter
version.
Pan in danger.
Yeah. No, it's definitely interesting. Okay, what about if you could travel anywhere, where would your number one place to pick to travel to?
Venice, Italy.
Very cool. Why?
I love the architecture there. My husband is Italian, and we've always wanted to go to Italy. And just the canals, and I know that the residents get sick of the tourists oohing and awing over the canals because they're dirty, but I just think it is so beautiful, and there's so much history there, and their history is a little different than the rest of the the rest of the world at that time. The way they defended themselves, the way they ruled themselves. It's a very fascinating place. And I would love to go there. The glass
Very cool.
blowers. And then of course you got that wonderful little haunted island off the coast. So that
you
falls
love
into
doing
my
ghost
wheelhouse. Huh?
Do you love doing ghost hunts?
Yeah, I do. I do.
You got to
I
be careful
used
not to
to.
bring them home with you.
No, I'm not really worried about that. I'm pretty good at clearing myself.
It's got like an entire closet of sage. And it's just
Yeah.
like, and let's just do this.
I've
I
got
love
the
it.
sage. I got all kinds of things.
Okay, what about if you could travel to any book, world from a book, where would you go?
Huh. That is a good question. I'm not sure, because humans, especially humans that are shaped like me, don't fare well in most places. Like you could say True Blood and it's like, oh, okay, you're food. And you could say the Dresden Files, but the humans are really fodder for the supernatural there. Game of Thrones, heck no. I love to watch it, but no, and wouldn't want to go there. So, I Robin Hood.
There you go. I love that.
Sorry,
Robin Hood,
took me a
Sherwood
little bit to get
Forest.
there.
I like it. Okay, Bo, final question, my friend.
What is your desert island book?
Oh, that would be, if they would bind them together, because it's a 3-book series, the Fiannavar Tapestry by Guy Gabriel Kay. That I could read. That is such a great series that blends, it's people from our world get transported to this fantasy world, and there's this whole big thing, and just the whole fish out of water concept I love, and the way they had to integrate themselves into the society and what happens. It's a wonderful story, and I could just reread it and reread it.
Very cool. Okay, Amanda, shameless self-promotion time. Where do people find you? Hold up your book.
Yeah,
hold it up.
my hardcover that I'm very happy to have. They can
Where do
find
people
me.
find you?
They can find me on Facebook. They can find me on Instagram. They can find me occasionally, not that often, on TikTok. Also occasionally on YouTube on my husband's channel, Tabletop Misfits, because I make snarky comments in the background and throw coins at people. And they can find me at authoramandafasciano.com.
Very cool. Oh my goodness, I want to thank you very much for being on the show. My brain just haywired. It just,
thank you. I appreciate it.
I don't know if anybody else saw that, but it was like error.
You just restarted.
404, file not found.
Yeah, exactly. I'm fairly convinced I have a drunk gnome up here that runs around and finds things. And every now and then he like grabs the Post-it and he comes running up and I'm like, it's not that Post-it. And sometimes he's like, I don't know what I'm looking for. Like, it's like not useful at all. Oh my gosh, guys, this has been Drinking with Authors, the Literary Briefs edition. I've been your host, Erica Lance. My co-host has been the amazing, with hair that matches the Arizona tea can today. Go ahead and sponsor us. Bo Lake. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Please leave a review, a comment. We would love to hear from you, and we will see you guys next time.